Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a love oracle for today. Today is Saturday, November 1st, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's love oracle. It's affirmations. Whatever. Don't make it fit, right? But take what's yours. We're going to use the Price of Love Oracle by Crystal Banner. You can find this at kaleidodope.com. She has an Etsy shop. You cannot find it on Amazon, y'all. You can find it on eBay. You're probably going to pay as much for it on eBay as you are on her website. Just buy the new deck on the website. I love this deck. I love it. We got 3 on the table. Oh. We kind of had this the other day. Last week? The other day? 2 more shuffles. Homer, what are you eating? String? I know there ain't no food over there. Just a pile of litter from the full floor. These cats are so crazy. We got 5 with bottom of the deck. This is very... I don't want to say this is basic. And I don't want to say it's of no concern, because anytime you're in a relationship where you feel like you've been cheated, not necessarily cheated on, but where you feel like you've been cheated, obviously that's not basic. Feelings are not basic. However, we got deja vu. We've got patience. We've got robotic. Reciprocity. And we got shattered, bottom of the deck. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. So somebody feels like they keep going through the same cycle, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be with the same person, okay? It doesn't even necessarily have to be a lover situation. This could be a friendship. Because someone feels like they keep going through the same cycle in their relationships, and like they're patiently waiting for something new, for some new energy, for someone genuine, you know? This person just feels like they're going through the motions, like they're waiting and they're going through the motions. Whoever this person is, they're literally just looking for reciprocity, okay? Like they're looking for equal give and take, you know? Like, and again, it doesn't have to be a lover's situation. It could be a friend. It could be a friendship with a family member, a connection with a family member. This could be your neighbor. It could be a coworker. It doesn't matter. Somebody's looking for equal give and take. Like if we go out to dinner, like I'll pay and you pay next time, right? If I'm going to come over and help you move into your new place, then you come over and help me paint my bedroom. You know, somebody's looking for like an equal give and take. The thing is whoever this person is, like they are constantly left feeling like they were shat on. That's what I just heard. Like somebody gives and gives and gives, and they don't really get a lot in return. And it's not even, you know, when you're a good person, I mean, I wish we were all good people, honestly, but when you're a good person, that kind of stuff doesn't really matter to you. You know, like you're going to continue to give and give and give because that's who you are. That's what you do. But at the same time, don't get me wrong. Like I like to think I give a lot. I like to think I bring a lot to the table, whether as a lover, a friend, a family member, a coworker, a neighbor. I like to think like I'm a pretty decent person. I'm nice. I'm kind. I'm empathetic. I'm compassionate. You know, I have a love for everybody. I can find ways to love even the shittiest person. That's why I have a problem in connections. Like I never want to let go. I always want to give people second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th chances, right? And even though I never really expect anything, because I've learned to not expect anything from shitty people. In the back of my mind, I'm always hoping that somebody's going to prove me wrong. I'm always hoping that somebody's going to turn around and change their mind, realize they need to heal themselves, they made a mistake, let's go. And yeah, I am kind of referring to the guy from 2023, the guy that came back in February, the guy that came back in August. Same guy, you guys. I am referring to that. Like I even said to the last time I talked to him was last Sunday, and I said to him, I said I'm done here. I said I said to him, I said you had 3 chances to get with me, and literally have everything you could have ever dreamed of. God gave you 3 chances, and you shat on it. I said that to him. I said you shit on it. You shit on me 3 times. I said you don't get another chance. I said we're done here. I said, do not ever contact me. Do not call me. Do not text. Do not come by. I do not want to ever hear from you ever again. And you know what he said to me? Oh, I don't want you to hate me. That's what you have to say? You don't want to be hated? Hold on, you guys. Let me pull this down because I just noticed the sun's coming out, which is a good thing, but you can't see me. Not that, like that's what you have to say? You're worried about somebody hating you? See, enlightened people don't give a shit about that. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't want anybody to hate me either, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to worry about it. That is not first and foremost in my mind. I literally know right now when I go to work, there's at least 2 people there that hate me, at least. 3, because one is actually on leave right now. The thing is I don't hate them. I mean, I may not want to have anything to do with them personally, but I don't hate them. It takes too much energy to hate people, and it takes too much energy to wonder if somebody hates me. And that's why I'm saying, like, I think 3 people hate me. I mean, who knows? It could be more, it could be less. I don't know. But I don't care. Because that's the other thing about hate. Hate is a competition. People that hate always feel like they're in competition with somebody else. And I'm just going to say it because I say it all the time. If you subscribe, you need to be honest about who you are in your situations with other humans. Because if you're hating on somebody, that's because you feel like you're in competition with them, or you feel the need to be in competition with them. And why? I don't feel the need to be in competition with anybody for anything or anyone. Like, I am who I am, and that's all I'm ever going to be. And I've said it before, I don't claim to be perfect. There's no such thing. I'm healing. I'm a human, just like everybody else. I make mistakes every single fucking day. And every single fucking morning I get up and I say, I'm going to take accountability for that mistake yesterday. And I'm going to try and make myself better today. That's what it is to be a human. If you don't understand that, you need to meditate. You need to get with God. Whoever you believe God to be. Whatever you believe God to be. You need to really, like, sit down and do some shadow work and some deep cleaning, because nobody's perfect. And I was just talking about this on my Facebook yesterday. There's no such thing as perfect, and there's no such thing as being right 100% of the time. In fact, if you think you're right 100% of the time, you're probably wrong 75% of the time. Let's just be honest. Okay? Yeah, there's a lot of humans out there that aren't even really human. And if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. That was a little rant there. But seriously, People that give and give and give get sick of giving. You know, they really get with the. And the guy from 2023 that came back in February, that came back in August, or maybe he technically came back at the beginning of September, whatever the case. I gave him more chances than I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Like in my head, like I knew, like don't give him a third chance. And then I thought, okay, like let's play it cool. Let's see what happens. Let's see where this goes. Like, why does he keep coming back? And I even said to God, I said, okay, I'm gonna play a little game here. And I don't necessarily mean, trying to fuck over the guy or anything like that. But with me, like I'm gonna play a game here. Like I'm kind of testing myself. And I couldn't. Like I couldn't. Like the red flags were there, and like I said, okay, well maybe no. Maybe no. Baby, no maybe. Baby, no maybe. Seriously. And like I said, like I'm more mad at myself than anybody could ever be mad at me. At the end of the day, I can honestly say that because that was like the third go around with him, like I can honestly say like I really wasn't that emotionally invested in it. I wasn't allowing myself to be. Like I said, it was more of like me knowing I was going into this experience with possibly a shitty outcome, but doing it because I felt like I needed to learn something. Does that make sense? And I really needed to do it like that one last time so that I knew for sure. So that I knew for sure. And again, like I said to him, I said, you had 3 chances. Your 3 chances are gone. Like that is more than anybody should ever have with another human being. Like you fucked it up. I don't care if he regrets it. I don't care if he sends me a message. I don't care. No. We're done. And I told God on Sunday, Monday, whatever day, I said, don't bring him back into my life. I said, do not bring him back into my life a 4th time. I do not want him. We're done here. Like, this is good. Like, like I got this out of my system. I'm finally done. Like, do not bring him back here. So, yeah, I'm just saying. Whoever this is, they had this, I don't want to say a false fantasy, but they had this fantasy that, people were actually going to reciprocate feelings and actions. And unfortunately, in this day and age, for whatever reason, with men and women, right? It just does not happen. There's a lot of abusers out there, a lot of users. There's a lot of unhealed people, y'all. I know we want to think that there's a lot of people healing, and there are, but there's even more unhealed people that they're not enlightened. They don't take accountability. They're narcissistic. They only think of themselves. Again, narcissistic. Did I say abusers? Because really, they're abusers. At the end of the day, they just couldn't care less. All right, I ranted for 14 minutes. I'm going to let it go at that. Take from it what you will, okay? I hope it resonated or not. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. I'll talk to you later.